Hey everyone, welcome to this Pickle Pile reading. Today we are doing messages from the Fae, and you have 3 piles to choose from. You'll find your timestamps as always down below in the description. Please use those when you're ready to skip ahead to your reading. If you enjoy this reading, please let me know. Leave a thumbs up, leave a comment if you have one. There's a tip and contribution jar down below in the description if you want to send some money our way. Thank you, that really helps. But yeah, make sure you hit the thumbs up button if you enjoy the reading so other people can find it and we can share it more widely. Okay, so option 1, you have this fairy riding a horse. Over here is the prompt for your pile. Option 2, you have this fairy here. It's called the Rosehip Fairy. Rosehip Fairy. Okay. And option 3, you have this doll fairy. All right, so take your time selecting your reading. Pause the video now if you need some more time, and I will see you at your chosen reading. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. So option 1. Let's see what you have. We're starting with Something Wild, Master number 11. And we have Wish You Were Here. Some of you may know somebody named Crystal. Here you may know somebody named Crystal, and they may miss you, or you're wishing they were you. You miss them, they miss you, or you're both missing each other. It's interesting. Obviously not for everyone, but for some of you. Or there's some sort of name that's also the name of a crystal, such as Ruby. Okay, Summer Dragon, reverse position. The Balancing Act. Jewel of the Sea. Trespassers will be digested. Adoration. Magic Frog. And Painting Poppies. Okay. You guys are very loved. Very, very loved. Very well thought of. The Fae, I think for a lot of you, the Fae adore you. But they want you to really take that message in here. Whether you've been feeling that way, thinking that way, realizing that or not. The cards are saying you are very much loved. You're adored. Okay. Painting Poppies. They're also saying you're a magical being and magic flows through you. You may have some creative hobby, passion, thing you do. Maybe you paint, maybe it's something else. Or maybe you just admire other people's creations, you know, paintings, people who knit, whatever it is, like homemade things. But I feel like it is saying that like magic flows through you and is channeled through you. Please be aware of that. Okay. It's interesting that we enter with Master number 11 because they were giving me this message about like you're born. I don't feel like for most of you, I don't think you're indigo. What is it? Indigo souls? Is that what they're called? Most of you, I don't think this is your first carnation. Like, I don't think you're new souls exactly. It's like, instead of, it is a new beginning, but it's like with Master number 11, it's almost like your soul had prepared to come to Earth. And you move through this portal and you're born, and here you are on planet Earth in the physical, in the 3D. Now, they're also giving me another thing. I could put it another way, or it's like a separate thing here, where we do this frequently. We move through portals, we move through time, like different dimensions, we move back and forth from different timelines, something like this. It's like when, because they're showing me, you know, having a dream, being semi-conscious in a dream and being in the dream world, and then coming out of that and coming into this 3D waking world, which we call reality. And they're saying it's all reality, it all exists, but it's like a doorway. Here you are, you move through this portal energy, the Master in 11. And a lot of you, like I said, like your souls aren't brand spanking new, and your spirit, you know, is familiar with different places, different beings, different energies, and I feel like some of you have a wild spirit, you know, and some of you may be missing some soul family or soul mates. Is like, whether they're incarnate in physical form or not, they do exist, energetically speaking, like somewhere. Again, and it could be mutual, or it could be a message somebody's missing you. Like some of you might have friends that are like your soul. You have friends and allies that are fae, or are elves, or are dragons, something like this. Maybe they're serving as spirit guides for you right now. Maybe you haven't connected with them in a while. They miss you, or they miss an aspect of you where it feels like you guys are enjoying each other's company. Okay. Summer Dragons reverse, then we have the balancing act. Some of you, this is about like summer's ended or summer's ending. There could have been some sort of energy connected to it, whether it's like a scary dragon or it's just like a fierceness within yourself, right? A dragon spirit guide or a fierceness within yourself. And the summer dragon reverse to me feels like this is an energy of the past, or it soon will be. Maybe you're looking back on like summers past and feeling some nostalgia for those times and experiences. We have the balancing act. If the sun happens to be in Libra, make the most of that. The guys are talking about it's time to balance things. It's time to bring some balance in and like dive a bit into the unconscious, into the underworld, like the subconscious. When I'm reading, the sun is in Virgo. We are still technically in summer. It's September, but there's not that much left of it. You know, it's a matter of days here, a week and a half, couple weeks, something like that. And then we move into autumn, new season, sun's in Libra, and then the sun moves from Libra into Scorpio next. And so I really see that here. So some of you might be listening soon after it's released, and that's part of the message. And regardless if it is or not, these are cycles that the wheel is always spinning. We're always going through different phases with these energies in the zodiac. So it's like the balancing act, grounding your energy, balancing what you need to balance, practicing your skills, sharpening your abilities, working with that balance, prepares you with the jewel of the sea, and trespassers will be digested. Here it feels like we're diving into the subconscious a little bit, maybe some suppressed or repressed emotions. We're going deeper into our feelings, and we find the pearl, we find the jewel, we find the treasure there. And trespassers will be digested. It's like the demons, the scary stuff in the subconscious, in the underworld, whatever. With the feelings, we're going to integrate them. It's all energy, so we're going to integrate it, we're going to transform it, we're going to transmute it, we're going to eat it, we're going to digest it. Okay, and we're going to produce something that we adore, or we're going to align with the energy of adornment, others who adore us, projects that we adore the outcome, we adore the process. Is really beautiful. The magic frog, yeah, it's like through this energy of love, admiration, things, what and who, and all of this that we adore, where we adore to be, we're connecting with it, we're living it, we're being with those people, we're being in those places, we're doing those things, and this is magical. A lot of you, this is assisting you in some sort of quantum leaping. Magic frog, frogs leap, it's a quantum leap. But regardless if it's a quantum leap or not for you, it's like there's a lot of magic here, and you are hopping over certain things you otherwise wouldn't be hopping over. It might take longer, they might show up as a blockage, but no, you're gonna hop over these things, and you're moving relatively quickly. You're going right along here. I feel like some of you're the process that was just discussed, everything that was just discussed, it's like the outcome energy is you being really focused, really in the flow with your creations and what you are creating. So it could really help you produce some things that you adore, some beautiful outcomes, nice final projects. Okay. We will also move the cards aside, put out the scribble doodle, and toss some crystals to conclude your reading. Okay, so pile one. Let's see what comes through here. Yeah, you've got like an open, see that? There's like space, the void, the space, the nothingness. It's a blank canvas. It's like yet to be written, and you get to paint upon this. Okay. I feel like some sort of climb is maybe behind you. It's like we're kind of laying low. We're in the valley. We're observing the mountain, or we're looking at the potential journey or the potential outcome. But we're just kind of like relaxing here in the valley, or we've already done this, and now we're moving on from it, having gained the experience. And this is pyrite, so it's like it's golden. It's a golden place to be. You are currently in a golden place within yourself and your timeline, what's going on. Guys are saying stay golden. You're in a golden place. Faye. Okay, and then, yes, this beautiful love energy. Some of you, there's a fire sign person. They might have something on their with their leg, or on their leg or foot, that's different. So maybe it's a tattoo, maybe they've injured their foot, something like this, but just to help you identify. Okay, and this is a fire sign person. Some of you, it's like you're falling in love with them, or you have fallen in love, or there's some sort of love, some sort of admiration. It could be platonic, but they definitely, the Fae are talking about not ignoring this. There's some sort of reasoning for this, not just within your own life, but for Earth. There's some sort of like butterfly effect, or some sort of project you guys are meant to collaborate on, or whatever it is. It's not just about you, it's not just about them, it's actually about Earth. So it is important for you to listen to your heart and your guidance. Find your path, even when it sometimes whines or seems to go back and forth. It's a great time to write down your dreams too. Some of you may have dreamed of the color gold, or there was some sort of sparkles in a dream. I feel like the Fae may have been involved in this, and some sort of message from the fairy realm. Okay, yeah, you can drink clean water. Work on your throat chakra, enhancing it, healing it, as you're guided to get more messages from the divine and from these different realms, different dimensions, the realm of the Fae, and so forth, in matters of spirituality. Because I feel like a lot of you, it's like they're talking about using crystals, putting crystals in your throat as you lay down to go to sleep, blue ones for your throat, or wearing certain, crystals in jewelry, specific necklaces and things of this nature, especially in relation to dream recall and like lucid dreaming. But there's something here, it's like, let us finish let yourself finish receiving the messages and like translating it to earth lingo, or like this reality's lingo. Make it make sense, bring it out of the darkness. This is coming through as kind of a moon, okay? And it's like illumination in the darkness through the throat chakra. Okay. Yeah, there are more peaks, there are more like climbs, valleys, mountains. Some of you might actually like mountain climbing, or rock climbing or something like this. They're telling me the Fae watch you. They watch you do this, whatever it is, if this is a hobby or something that you do. Okay. Yeah, you are meant to experience joy and happiness, and when you feel good and you're communicating from that place, you're spreading joy into the world, happiness, upliftment into the world. They're showing it as being like having a stabilizing effect, or creating foundation for yourself. Even though it's like fluid, it's water energy, it's fluid, it's mutable, it's still like solid, foundational, grounded, something that can be built upon. It's like building connections and building trust, and people seeing your intent, that you're a good person, that you care, that you're positive, or you're high vibe, and that can rub off on them, rather than pessimism rubbing off on them. It's not about perfection, but they just want to like point that out to you and make sure you're aware of that, and reinforce that awareness. So guys, yeah, there's some sort of like clean white slate, blank canvas in relation to money, especially autumn, for you. Okay, like you've either created a foundation you can now build upon, or this is about creating a fresh foundation, maybe within a new company, with a new client, or just because it's a new season, a new day, whatever it is. It's like the feet of the horse are here, so it's like, let's do it. Let's jump onto this blank slate, this clean white, and make it happen. Let's put our print on it. Let's put our print on it. Let's go there. Let's go into the unknown, into the fresh, into the new, and let's share from the heart. They're eager to see what you're going to manifest, what you're going to do. And for some of you, it is very much connected to your money, something that you're monotonizing, or your job, or your career. Okay, so that's where I'm going to leave you. Many blessings to pile 1, and bye-bye. Okay, pile 2. Let's see what we have for you. Bubble Rider, and then Moon Dragon. A number of you may be water sign people, especially Cancer. You have personal placements in the sign of Cancer, I'm hearing. It could be air signs too, especially Aquarius. We have autumn. You may have been born in autumn, or it's currently autumn. They have a message about autumn. Okay, Blue Fairy, Master number 22. They're letting me know that they won't tell you everything. They can't tell you everything. They won't tell you everything. It would spoil it. It would ruin it. Some things you have to like level up to. You have to be like, the timing has to be right. Master number 22 here in autumn. Okay. Always. And coffee break. Interesting. Okay. So make sure you're taking time for yourself, moments for yourself. For some of you, this could be with a person, actually. It's like somebody that you feel really good around. But these like 10-15 minute breaks to enjoy a cup of coffee or tea or whatever it is. Really important. Really important. There's a lot here about romance. I think autumn could be a very romantic season for some of you. It's like there's progression, within your love life here. You got blind date, you got rescued, and you got always here, and then coffee breaks. So you got commitment with always, and dedication, eternal love, commitment. You got the mystery, the enchantment, the fresh energy with the blind date, meeting somebody new, set up with somebody. For some of you, the Fae are working to orchestrate some sort of meeting between you and another person you have yet to meet, or to get you and a person that you know out on a date. The Fae are actually like involved in this, working with this. This is interesting. Okay. The rescued card. I feel like for some of you it's like a favor for a favor. You did something for them, either in a past life, an interdimensional life, or it's like you maybe there was some sort of offering. You made some sort of offering to the Fae, and then you've asked your spirit guides or God, generally speaking, to assist you with your love life, and the Fae stood up and were like, "We'll help. We'd like to help." Okay, so the Fae can work in interesting ways. They can be a bit mischievous at times. They can do like they like to laugh. They like things that are silly or funny, and so I feel like there could be something about this, like when you meet this person, or the way that this happens, it's kind of humorous, okay, or it's interesting. The blue fairy, okay. You want more answers, you want more information, you want to communicate with the Fae more directly, work on your throat chakra, work with blue crystals, work with the color blue in general, bring healing and health to the throat chakra. Also, like, their realm, their dimension is, we have to get very like, how do I word this, spirit guides? Master number 22 here. Look more into master number 22 to expand your messages as well. Yeah, there's like more subtle energies, more subtle vibrations that you can only really sink into through being in a tranquil state. I feel like the season autumn really lends some magic and assistance to either connecting more with the Fae or just moving through some sort of portal that you may be prepared to move through, leveling up in some way. The moon dragon's here, the bubble rider. Okay, so they are also talking about taking a higher perspective and doing reflection work. Okay, it's like higher perspective and then reflect, then look back on past situations, on past you, on the present, what's going on. But elevate your consciousness, elevate yourself above it so you get that alternative perspective rather than the perspective of being amidst it, within it, because you're not seeing clearly. You're not seeing it from all angles. They want you to see it from that higher vantage point. A lot of you too, there's some magic connected to the moons in autumn. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and move these aside, and we will do a crystal toss on a scribble doodle to complete your messages. Oops. Here we go. Thank you. Okay, where do I start? Through your connection with nature and the element earth, you're able to amplify certain things. You're able to gain greater clarity. That's one thing. See through certain illusions, misunderstandings. Improve your intuition, your ability to trust your gut and hear the body wisdom, like messages that are being communicated through your body. Whether it's like a cold chill or it's a feeling in the pit of your stomach or whatever it is. They're also saying that you'll be more powerful in a sense. You'll be able to amplify things, intensify things. Showing me a magnetic connection. There's something here with words, thoughts, words, language, and some sort of magnetic connection here. Yeah, there's a magnetism, there's a magnetic polarity. Okay. Yeah, it's important to balance like negative and positive ions. For example, if you're indoors around a lot of electronics and computers and things all of the time, you're not balanced. The positive and negative ions aren't balanced. They are more balanced out in nature, much more balanced out in nature. So when you dip out into nature, or you take a shower and you're connecting with the water and you don't have music playing in the background or, podcasts or anything like that, but you're just, connecting with the water, you have an open window, you're letting fresh air in your home. Like all of these things help balance the positive and negative ions. And I feel like some of you, it's important for you to know this right now, in part because you may have gotten sharp or could get sharp with somebody with what you're saying or typing, or vice versa, because of an imbalance and because your body and your mind is thrown off and kind of cranky because of that imbalance. But it doesn't have to be so. Like I said, you can bring that balance in. Yeah, there's a lot here about speaking from the heart. The fairies love flowers. Some of you might like flowers too. I feel like they've been around you when you've been around flowers at times. They may have left you messages, or there could have been communication, especially like just not out loud, but like heart to fairy, heart to nature. I don't know. There's like a communication connected to the fae, connected to spirit, connected to flowers. Just things of beauty in general as well, but especially flowers. Some of you might, draw flowers, doodle flowers. This could be a collaboration with the fae, actually. They could be working behind the scenes, helping inspire you. Yeah, speaking from your heart is a thing of beauty. They want to encourage you. Speaking from your heart is a thing of beauty and strength. Okay. So that's what I've got for messages for you, Pile 2. I'll leave your reading here. Many blessings, and bye-bye. Okay, Pile 3. Let's see what you got here. The Oldest Fairy is your first card, and then we go to the Chocolate Brownie Fairy. Specific fairies. Moon Secrets. Okay, this may be specific fairies with specific stories and specific secrets. The Water Element. Wild Violet. The Earth Element. The Fire Element. Got all the elements just about. Magnolia. And Hummingbird Dream. Gorgeous stuff here. Okay, guys. Some of you may have some questions, some stuff going on with different people in your life, and you might be thinking, well, they're a fire sign, they're an earth sign, they're a water sign. Okay, it might get brought up here, but if you don't get the messages that you need here in relation to those relationship dynamics and situations, You may wish to use another reading for that. All right. There's a lot here about your dreams, writing your dreams down, writing feelings that you have down about these dreams to ground it and preserve it, and so that you can better interpret it and you can like align with the messages and take inspired action, having gained that information, that wisdom, and move through the process. But there's something here that's more than that. It's like, it's more than just, getting it down on paper, writing it down, analyzing it, interpreting it, whatever. It's like while you are asleep, while you are lucid dreaming or semi-conscious, or you're unconsciously dreaming, right? You're dreaming. It's like a whole new world, or it's like, yeah, I don't know, maybe certain fairies maybe connect with you through the dream world, because it's like more, it's more. They just keep saying more. It's more than that. We can't really translate it fully into language. Okay, yeah, you connect to the wisest ones, the oldest ones, the eternal, to source energy. It's like it should be nourishing you, it should be filling you. So quality of sleep is coming through as a theme here. Some of you, there's specific flowers, fragrances, scents, flowers that you could work with that could improve your dream life, and change things in your dream life. Maybe bring you to new places, allow you to do new things in your dreams, connect you with new spirit guides, new spirit beings. The fairies love flowers as well, and so I feel like with magnolias showing up here, you could definitely look more into magnolias specifically to get more messages, as well as violets, because they're here, wild violet. But I really just feel like this is, the fairies keep saying share, like let's share the flowers, let's share the experience, let's share the medicine the flowers provide. Hummingbird dream. Okay, yeah, and the hummingbird dream too, it's like the hummingbirds, they're so tiny, they're absolutely magical, but they're like a thing of fleeting beauty. You see them and then they're gone. A lot of times it's real quick, and so it's like be on the ball and practice, create repetition and practice on grounding these things and preserving these things, these dreams especially. But some of you, it's like you might have ideas, you might have experiences of deja vu, or glimpses beyond the veil, things like this. Take note of them immediately. Write them down, speak it into a recorder, take note of it, take a picture. The hummingbirds, like, take a picture, because if you don't, it's going to pass and you might not even remember it or register it consciously. But you can get in the habit of doing this, and then you get better and better at doing it. And they're showing me a bridge. It's like you're building a little bridge between the dimensions, between the realms. And it's wonderful. It's like you can really pick up a lot of wisdom over time in doing this. You can really grow. You can have more of a presence and an awareness in these other dimensions, or with these things of beauty that move very rapidly. The moon secrets does, with the water element, does to me, yes, bring up the subconscious, but more than that, with this one, we have wild violet, it's bringing up the super conscious. And so I feel like things like psychic dreams or deja vu, or just miracles, things that like seem impossible. How the heck did that happen? Well, yeah. The source can do anything it wants to. And so I feel like there's apt to be, with the chocolate brownie fairy here, it feels like there's this message about being drawn to the right plants, the right foods, substances, nourishing yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, to prepare yourself for some of these experiences, because they can kind of bewilder, shock humans, especially like in this day and age. Yet we are starting to move more. It's sort of like a wave, and like certain individuals more than others and stuff with culture, but they're saying like it wasn't always like this, but now a lot of times, like, well, okay, 200 years, again, like different cultures, different people, different families, even like have patterns where they tend to either suppress, repress this, deny this as a reality, or they, do the opposite, or they're just kind of like, yeah, neutral, I don't know, maybe, right? But like, what about that, spirit guides, fairies? You guys are destined to do certain things on Earth. It's like you have important missions here. There are certain actions you're gonna have to take. You signed up to take these actions to also like invoke certain passions within people, to stir the pot at times, so to speak. You are magical beings. You are magical beings. This is not the only dimension or realm here in waking life, but like sometimes they overlap as well. And it's saying that moon secrets and water element with wild violet, yeah, there's some stuff that it's encouraging you to prepare yourself for, get ready for. It could shake your belief systems a bit. It could really like bewilder some of you a bit. Like, if you've never seen a fairy and you saw a fairy, like you really just, you're not on any drugs, nothing weird, all of a sudden, you see a fairy. You're wide awake, and you just see a fairy. How are you going to respond to that? How would you react to that? Right? You've never had any sort of psychic dream or anything like that. You don't believe in that. And then you have one. Like, how is that going to be? Like, you dream a whole, like, 5-10 minutes of what happens the next day. You dream it ahead of time, right? And it's very specific. It's way beyond coincidence. How are you going to respond to that? Because it's saying like keep feeding your soul, keep feeding you on all levels, keep fueling yourself, preparing yourself, nurturing yourself. You are meant to not just have the wisdom of this 3D waking life, like, this is how we make fire here on Earth with flint and here's how we do X, Y, and Z here on Earth, but like these soul experiences, the soul wisdom. You're one with the divine, is what it's showing, and so are they. And it's like this thing of magnificence and great beauty. And so yeah, they've got this message like, let's do something, let's have fun, let's explore Earth a bit, let's go on adventures, let's use the flowers, let's respect nature, but use it also to manifest in our dreams, big or small, for some of you, and just like to take care of ourselves, to grow, to have fun. So yeah, that's what I've got with this part. I'm going to go ahead and move the cards aside, and then we will also do a little crystal toss on top of a scribble doodle to complete your reading. All right. What do we have here for pile 3? This is scribble doodle, I believe. Yeah. This one. Hearing running out of time, or running out of space, running out of something. Could be somebody running out on somebody even. I don't know. They're saying running out. And that may or may not be an illusion, running out. Or it's like a matter of perspective. Yeah. Time is different in different dimensions, different realms. It's perceived differently. Okay, and then there's like the human, physical, 3D truth and reality that we sign up to play in, where time is linear, and there's past, present, future, and tomorrow, and days of the weeks and hours and so forth. sunset, sunrise, and so forth. But then there's higher truths. There's higher truths. And there's something here about like the magic in the heart having clarity and being able to provide clarity about the higher truths. And there's something here about rewriting the past or circling back to discover something, or again, like time is linear for humans sometimes, but you at least, and many humans, can actually expand their mind and realize a deeper truth. We may have talked about this in other readings that you've caught. I know I've talked about it in other readings. This came up with every single pile, I think. The opportunity to work with the throat chakra, wear blue crystals, and jewelry, necklaces, or sleep with crystals on your throat, or however you're inspired to do this. This healing or strengthening of the throat chakra brings greater clarity to you, and it can also help you to, like, it can bring about an amplification energy. So it's like your words may become more potent, or your experiences, there's like, you know, more dream recall, more messages coming through, especially with this is like the darkness. Some of you, they're talking about a time period, the new moon or the dark moon. Pay attention to it, write down your dreams, a journal, because it's like it's granting you some sort of clarity. Take time to meditate, some sort of clarity connected to this being communicated to you. Okay, they want to talk a little bit about money flow. They're talking about love and money flowing. This energy of the heart, this energy of growth, this green color. Some of you, the phases of the moon, you can work with the phases of the moon to assist you in flow related to your finances, money, and love life. Things you love too, like getting the money to purchase things you love or do things you love. That's why love and money is somewhat connected. You know, it really is sometimes different, like pieces of twine in the same bracelet, we'll say. So yeah, they're showing like moving from the heart and maybe syncing up with or using the phases of the moon, phases of nature, moving from the heart to create flow with love and money. Some of you know people who live somewhere where there are palm trees, or you yourself live where there are palm trees. You visited somewhere. I feel like there may have been fae around you when you're around these palm trees. There's some sort of connection for a number of you with this. What is the message here? If you're guided to certain plants, especially green ones, you know, trees, leaves, or just green plants, there's always a reason for it, even if you're not consciously aware of what it is. Even if it's like look it up and learn about this plant rather than go visit it, though a lot of times it will be like get around it, visit it. Again, they're showing like the energies in the heart shifting, or there being a communication between your heart and these plants. And sometimes there are magical beings. There are beings in the unseen dimensions that, or behind the veil, that are also around these plants, like in their own dimension. And sometimes they can see you, or they have a hint, like a hint. What is that word? Like a feeling, a hunch, a hint about your presence, and vice versa. It's like you ever get a cold chill and you're like, maybe something deeper to that. Or you just have this feeling like, I'm not alone. I don't know. They're saying, work on this. Trust your heart, trust your intuition, listen to these things. And yes, they want to validate, like, They like to hang around certain plants too, flowers and certain energies, and they have been around you at times, and vice versa, even though you may have been in different dimensions. Like sometimes the veils are thinner than others. Sometimes they overlap a bit, so it's kind of like the same time, space, and dimension. Okay, yeah, they're showing me pyramids or some sort of temple, sacred geometry, shapes as well. Trust where your creativity guides you and leads you. Um, a lot of you, you're meant to create something, or you already have created something that is considered some sort, it's considered a spiritual place, I'm hearing. Maybe you did something for the fae, like you made some sort of fairy house and put it in the woods. They're saying thank you and they appreciate that and love that if you did. I feel like for some of you, though, there's something else they'd like, or like something you could do to make it even better. So again, like, listen intuitively and listen with your heart about this. But yeah, they're saying sacred space, sacred temple, sacred geometry, something you've created. Again, it may not be in the physical. It may have been something like with a guided meditation you did or drawing, but it may have been something in the physical, or it may be something that you will end up doing. It's kind of a cool message. Okay. So that's what I've got coming through for you guys. I'm going to leave the reading here. Many blessings to you, and bye-bye.